Hi guys, welcome to the Radio Shop Workshop. I'm Paul Best, and in this video I'm going to talk about my Telecaster Blender Mod settings. And I think really that, obviously I'm really biased because I got a vested interest in promoting the Telecaster Blender Mod, but just honestly, it is a game changer because this is actually a telly that I didn't really bother with, I didn't really play. But it's now my main guitar because I can just get so many sounds out of it. So I'm going to show you I think you should set up your Blender Mod knobs, and then some of my favorite settings. And I'd love to hear about yours as well. If you enjoy this video, hit subscribe and ring the bell if you want to as well. But yeah, please tell us if you've got a Blender Mod, how you're getting on with it and what your settings are and what you use it for, because these are the ones that I use anyway. I think they're quite useful. So we start off, once you've installed your Blender Mod, is to actually, I would set the screw holes of the Blender Mod so that they are 90 degrees with the control panel. So you've got as you know, you've got your master tone here and you've got your blender control there. So I have the screw holes facing that way, okay? And that is a really good reference point, I think, for remembering settings. So we'll talk about setting number one. Now, as you know, when this is all on full, then the blender does nothing. So it's completely removed from the circuit. It's a no load pot, so it's just completely removed. Obviously your tone is completely operational, but the blender is not in use. So you've got it that way, then you're not using it. Now let's go into the neck position, and this is setting number one of my favorites. So we're going to turn it so that the screw hole is actually perpendicular with the control plate. And what we've got here, I would say, is around about 75% of the neck pickup on and around about 25% of the bridge. So it's kind of what I envisioned that I'd be designing the Blender Mod for, adding a bit of the bridge to the neck and vice versa. So that's setting number one. You've got, I tend to have the master tone on full, so everything's coming through, and I've just got a little bit of bridge added to the neck. Similarly, come down here and you've got, if you find that your bridge pickup is a little bit shrill, then you've got a little bit of neck added to the bridge, taming things. That's setting number one. Setting number two is actually the same place. So the blender, again, perpendicular with a control plate, and you can see that screw hole there. And instead, you actually roll off the tone so that it's facing the same way. So you've actually got it in the same direction, perpendicular with the control plate. And what I do is I have it on the neck, and this is perfect for sort of bluesy playing. There's a lovely bit of cut through, but it's almost got like a sort of compressed quality with a rolled off tone, but with that bit of bridge added. Nice, really enjoy that. And the third one, it doesn't matter really where you have the tone on this one, but what I like to do is actually set the Blender Mod so that it's actually, again, all in 90-degree angles there, so you can see how mathematical my brain is. But this one is actually coming this way, so it's 90 degrees this way, and you've got the screw hole facing you. What you've got here is actually kind of like three alternate middle sounds. So it's very, very close. Now, obviously, when you're in the middle, you have 50-50. So 50% of the bridge, 50% of the neck. But here, with that in that position, you've actually got, let's say, 60% of the neck coming through, maybe 40% of the bridge. So, and similarly, you go to the bridge, it's like 60-40, and it's really noticeable. You cycle through these, and it's like having three middle sounds, but they are different to each other. It's not so subtle that you don't notice. You've got the normal classic middle sound of the tally, and you've got the bridge one, which is just slightly favoured towards the bridge pickup, and this one slightly favoured towards the neck. Really versatile, great for rhythm playing, and just a little bit of variation. And I think, I don't know about you, but with the Blender Mod really is about opening up those kind of things that we wish we were able to do. A lot of us would like to have control over how much bridge and neck we're getting. And those are the three main settings that I use, and I found are the three most useful ways of using the Blender Mod. I hope you found that useful. I hope you're enjoying your Blender Mod, if you've got one. If you haven't, give it a go. Obviously, it's available on its own as just the Blender Mod, which is great. It's actually available slightly subsidized. It's a lot cheaper to get the Blender Mod when you get a set of pickups. You get a whole Radio Shop improvement for the guitar, and we're also fairly recently introduced, we're starting to do it with as a whole solderless solution. So you basically just upgrade your whole telly with no soldering to do, and instead you've got these mini screwdriver points to do. So that's a really cool, you know, couple of ways in which you can use the Blender Mod. I'd love to hear how you're getting on with yours and what your favorite settings are. Thanks for watching.